Hi, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining.
As we're waiting for everybody to join, if you could take a look at the participant list, you'll be the first name there, and make sure that you have your first and last name listed as it is in the PD portal. That way we can just mark you as attending. We don't give PD credit for today, but we just like to kind of know who was here, and so it's easier for us if you have your first and last name as it is in the PD portal.
All right, everyone. Good afternoon. It is 1:30, so let's get started. You are here for the PD Coordinator webinar. Today is October 9th, 2025. So welcome and thanks for joining. We have a lot of great information to share today. So let's get started. And my name is Olga Escamilla, and I will be your host. And I have Wendy Christensen, and she is my partner today on this webinar. So thank you. Let's continue. So today we're going to cover updates from the DEPDC, updates from the TCAL research team. Then we're going to talk about new training conferences and statewide events. Then we'll transition to monthly webinar series announcements, testing updates, PD portal announcements, and then we'll have PD coordinator time. And just remember and keep in mind, jot down those questions, because PD coordinator time is your time to ask any questions that you may have that we may be able to answer. So be ready for PD coordinator time, because that is your time. All right. First up is updates from the Distance Education Professional Development Center, and that would be Ryan. Ryan?
Yes, that is me. Thank you. Yes, so first we are in full swing with Techtober. You go to the next one. So Techtober is a month full of tech webinars. So we have our lunchtime bites, which are 30-minute lunchtime webinars. We have 4 full length webinars happening throughout the month. One was yesterday. There are 3 more this month. And daily tech tips and tools. There's also a bingo game that you can play as you attend the various Techtober events. And so you can access the book creator that has the full calendar of all of the events, hyperlinks to the apps and tools that are being highlighted throughout the month through the bit.ly link, or scan the QR code to get more information. Then next, we have our Tech Intel for the month of October, Pi AI. We've had part 1 and part 2 is coming up next Friday, October 17th. So Emily will be with us again to give us a deeper dive into Pi AI and give us more hands-on application. So even if you weren't at the first one, please come to the second one. It's going to be a great time in there as well. Next, for the month of November, there will be no Tech Intel for November. It's a full month of other things happening, so there wasn't time for that one. But then in November, we will still have next the DL leads meetings, which are now open to everyone. So if you are interested in that role or have that role, the DL leads meetings are open to all. And so the next meeting is November 4th at 2 p.m. and the registration is in the portal for that as well. Coming up in December, our next Tech Intel is Quill, and we'll have Alyssa Maps coming to provide us more information about Quill. It's a 2-part, so we'll be there December 5th and December 19th to get more hands-on practice, which is a really great tool for grammar and writing and reading. The next one is our digital navigator training that is coming up at the TWC pre-conference, which is set for December 2nd in Corpus Christi. And so this is a new training that's going to go deeper into the digital navigator model and how you can implement that model in your programs. And so you'll learn some strategies about addressing technology access, and then even leaving with a customized plan, launch plan for your program. And so this training is open to instructional and non-instructional roles. So if you're interested in attending that, registration information will be coming out soon, but just kind of pin that to your board as far as that date and location. And then next, save the date for DLTI. It will be in Irving, Texas. That is a video. I don't know if you want to click the video or not, but it's a quick video.
Will it play in the slide?
Mm.
Will it play in the slide?
Um, it should if you play,
There,
but
let's see. Oh, no, it's popping up.
it's popping up.
Yeah, it's a pop-up. Would you like for me to open that and share it?
If you like, it's 30 seconds. But that is the building location where it will be in Irving. It is a very new center. They just built that. It's beautiful. Yes, there is a date, May 2026, and I believe the date will be the 17th, but no, I'm looking
15,
at the
16.
15th. Thank you.
15, 16. Sorry, everybody, I lost my, okay.
Thank you, Dr. Ogo. Yes, May 15th, 16th. So that will be coming out soon, but yes, DLTI will be in Irving in May. So we'll look forward to that. And of course, more information will be coming out very, very soon as far as the specific details and things like that. And next is just remember to invite us to present. Remember that we here from the DEPDC are here to support your student and instructor needs. So give us a call if you're looking for support or a training so that we can work with your program, or contact your PD specialist to request a session. So don't forget, we're here for that too. And that is all.
Thank you, Ryan. That might be it. We're down to question and answer. So any questions you have about the information that was just covered by Ryan on all those wonderful events coming up for the DEPDC?
So Kurt was asking about the date. So just to confirm, Ryan, is that going to be coming out, or is it set for sure that we can let him know?
It is set for sure. I'm not looking at my calendar now, but I think Dr. Escamilla said it correctly.
15, 16, May.
Yes.
Okay. Kurt said
Okay.
that's close enough, so
Okay.
thank you. And that's all the questions we have in the chat right now.
Okay. We will continue, but please know that you can either share them in the chat or write them down and we can talk about it during PD coordinator time. All right, so next will be updates from the research and evaluation team.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to point out some information about the AEL evaluation study that's going on. We've been talking about this over the past few weeks, that we've partnered with the PPRI department here at A&M to evaluate adult education in Texas. We're hoping to get more responses for our survey, and so we've sent out texts that look just like this that's on the screen. These are legitimate texts, and it'll take you directly to your survey link. Please do not share this text or the email with others, because the link is unique to you or the recipient. Please make sure to share this information with your staff so they know that they can click this link safely to complete that survey. And just so you know, I put X's in here, but the text would be letters and numbers that coordinate to your unique survey. If you didn't get the text, if you didn't get the email, that is okay. We are looking at a specific time frame of AEL workers, so you may not fall in that time frame. But I just wanted to share this information because there were some concerns about this text and it being safe to use or not. And that is all that I have. Are there any questions about this or the survey, email, text process? Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. We're going to go ahead and move on to new training conferences and statewide events. And we're going to get started with some information about Literacy Texas virtual events. So the Expert Edge, knowing why an adult student wants to improve their reading and their English, can help us choose the right materials, recommend additional study, and help students make faster progress. And yet setting goals in class can be challenging, and checking in on that progress can be even harder. So in this session, participants are going to learn about simple yet powerful ways to approach goal setting with adult students that incorporate plain language and how one program transformed their understanding of goal setting into a wider pattern of reflection for students and instructors. So the session is goals, journals, and student success, and that it would be Tuesday, October 14th. And I believe that Wendy placed that link in the chat. So the next session is Alliance for Higher Education, 11th annual. This is Catherine. Catherine, are you here?
No, she's not here, but I can take it.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you are doing any work in corrections, the 11th Annual Texas Correctional Education Conference is coming up on Friday, October 24th. It's all day from 9 to 4, and it will be in Huntsville. So we just wanted you all to have an opportunity, if you are working in corrections, to attend this conference. So thanks.
Thank you, Beth. So another event from Literacy Texas is Adult Learner Persistence and Retention. This is November 13th, and the presenter is Dr. Jenny McCormick Walker. And this says, learn from peers about best practices and innovative ideas being put into action and at a literacy program across our great state. The Best of Texas series brings together local experts to share their wisdom and experience and maybe help us all avoid a few pitfalls along the way. And so the URL for this is in the chat, and this is a free event by Literacy Texas. Another event by Literacy Texas is What Leaders Need. And the next session is December 4th from 9 to 10:30. It's going to be a panel discussion, is finding and keeping amazing volunteers. So volunteers can make so many good things happen and can help adult literacy programs with lean budgets do more than they would otherwise be possible. So in the panel discussion, you're going to hear from adult and literacy professionals who work closely with their volunteers about what they learned and how they make it work. So again, the presenter is Emma McKinney. She's the executive assistant to the president and CEO of Oklahoma Center for Nonprofits. So the link is in the chat on this one too. And we'll continue with one more. This is the Literacy Texas in-person event, and this is a regional literacy symposium. This one's going to be in the DFW area, and the location is the Commons at University of Texas Austin campus there in Arlington. So it's offered free of charge to Texas nonprofit professionals who work in the field of adult and family literacy. It includes workshops for both classroom instructors and program administrators. So sessions include teaching adults with learning abilities and teaching low literate adults in English language classes. That's just a couple. So registration link is in the chat also. We're going to go ahead and move on to the TWC AEL Institute. Beth?
Thank you. This is just a reminder slide that we are going to partner up with Taylor this year, and the AEL Institute will be February 9th through the 11th in Austin at the Doubletree. And on that Wednesday before Taylor, we will be doing a PD coordinators session from 1 to 4, and it will be a hybrid session. So if you can't be there in person, we hope you will join us virtually. Next slide, please. And then something new that we're bringing to you. We have a webinar series called Elevate Your Leadership Essentials in Adult Education Professionals. We're partnering up with our friends at the American Institute for Research to bring you a series of virtual trainings specifically for leadership. The first one will be November 12th leading the way, applying the Texas Adult Education Leadership Framework for Impact. And that should be up in the PD portal probably tomorrow. We've got all the paperwork is in the system. This whole series are going to be independent of each other. So if you can plug into one or three, but not all five, that's fine. We've designed it that way so that people can step in and step out as they are able and have time. But we have kind of tried to spread them out over the course of the program year. So there's some great topics and some great content. And so we're just really excited to be bringing this leadership training to you.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Olga.
All right, any questions about the information that we covered?
Jan had put a question in the chat that regarding the Literacy Texas sessions and the online trainings, if they would count as PD. And yes, they will. Thank you, Krista, for putting that in the chat. But just in case people weren't watching the chat, that question was asked and answered.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Krista. Any other questions?
How is the Literacy PD to be recorded? Are you asking how does it go into Teams, or how do you get certificates? What are you asking, Teresa? I'm not sure. You can also unmute if that's easier. Oh, so the Literacy Texas conference.
I was a bit confused about that because the staff was asking me if they sign up for that, how is their PD hours going to be recorded? Is it the same way that any training is recorded?
There is a conference spreadsheet that TCall sends out. Are you familiar with that, where you put in conference sessions and stuff that your staff attend, and then you submit it to your PD specialist?
Oh, okay. Okay, I will work with my PD specialist on that. No, I wasn't aware of that. This is my,
Okay.
I'm on my third month.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I will talk to my PD specialist about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great question. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and move on. Wendy, were there more questions? I saw something coming through the chat. No?
Krista was just saying that conference spreadsheet needs to be filled out, and then Tamaka was, I'm not sure, Tamaka, if it's Tamaka or Tamika, was saying that she's going to help Teresa. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and move on to the monthly webinar series. We're going to be talking about Texas AEL Manager Monday, Teacher Tuesday, Workforce Wednesday, and Tech Intel. So let's start off with Manager Monday.
Okay, so the next Manager Monday is next Monday, this upcoming Monday, October 13th. And we are doing another month of roundtable discussion format. Last month was the first time we tried it out. So we're going to do it again this month. The topic will be IETs. So if you have any staff that maybe has questions or would like to learn more about IETs in terms of hearing what other programs might be doing, hearing what other questions are being asked, we will have some TWC staff there. We will also have some program representatives that are doing a successful job with their IETs in terms of meeting the MSG targets and their enrollment targets and things like that. So I encourage you to share this information with anybody that might benefit from a discussion on IETs. And then in November, on the 10th, the topic will be recruiting, retention, and intensity of HSE programs. One thing I just wanted to mention is that these topics, both the IETs and then the November topic on recruiting and retention for HSE, those topics are also discussed in the TWC monthly meetings for 231 that your directors are attending. So you might want to let your directors know that the Manager Monday topic is following the TWC meeting topics so that if they had questions during that meeting, this is a good time to bring them to discussion. Okay, now I'm ready, Olga, for the next slide.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next one, I have not set 2026 dates yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put the remainder of 2025 here in the chat. Make sure that you mark your calendars. For now, only the October 13th session is in the new PD portal, but I'll be working on getting the November 10th one in there soon. And I think that is all for Manager Monday. If you want to go ahead and move forward, I'll cover Teacher Tuesday. All right, so the next Teacher Tuesday is going to be Tuesday, October 14th, and the title is Building Buy-in, Instructor Involvement in MSG Selection for Effective Credential Recruitment. And the presenter is Erica Ornelius from Brownsville ISD. The description for this session, which should be really interesting and so informative, I encourage you to share this information. It's discover how engaging instructors in the MSG selection process can enhance recruitment efforts. This presentation highlights the purpose of MSGs, explains the ITech plan, and provides actionable methods to secure instructor commitment and improve credential attainment rates. Erica Ornelius works with Brownsville, as I mentioned, and she is the AB coordinator for Brownsville. So we encourage you to attend that one as well. And then next slide. Then we go into November on the 11th. And on the 11th, Krista Mosier from TCAL, she is going to be covering some of the resources available to teachers on GED.com. And she'll also discuss the app for student use. So that's another very interesting, applicable topic for all of our instructors out there who are dealing with our GED and HSE students. Next slide. All right, so we've got dates here for 2025 and then also moving into some of 2026. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the chat so you can mark your calendars for Teacher Tuesday. And I think that is all for me, Olga.
I think so. Thank you, Wendy.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on to Workforce Wednesday. So our next session will be October 15th, which is next week, Wednesday. Our presenters are going to be Wayne Crandall, Olga Escamilla, and Jody Cobbler. And the title is Takeaway from the 9th Annual TWC Apprenticeship Conference. So the description says, are you curious about how apprenticeships work and how they connect to adult education and literacy? This session offers a beginner-friendly introduction to the world of registered apprenticeships, inspired by the key insights from that annual TWC Apprenticeship Conference in Dallas. So join us for that. That's going to be informational to see how we can fit, or adult ed fits into apprenticeships. And then we have November 10th. We have Context Counts, Embedding Academic Skills into Workforce Training. And this is done by Ron Pruse with Bucket PD, again on November 10th. And on this session, learn how to bridge the gap between basic education and occupational training in tandem class mode. In a tandem class model. This session explores proven strategies for contextualizing reading, writing, math, and digital literacy into industry-relevant instruction. So discover tools, frameworks, and classroom examples that align with high-demand occupations without duplicating effort or content. So join us for that. And then the last slide is the remaining dates. Of course, next week, October 15th, we have November, and there's a couple of January already, January 14th and February 11th, and those will be in the chat for you.
I just noticed, I think there might have been a typo on the date, and we just want to make sure we clear it up for folks.
What is it?
Go back one slide. On November, isn't it November 12th?
Oh, it is November 12th. There you go.
So we just want to make sure that's clear for all of you. It's November 12th. It's just a typo for Workforce Wednesday. But the date in the chat for the upcoming sessions is correct.
Thank you, Wendy. That is very important. We don't want anybody to show up on the 10th and say, what? What happened? All right, November 12th. Thank you so much. Thanks for catching that. All right, so before we move on to question and answers, if you have any, just remember that reach out to us with your webinar ideas. Maybe you have a request and we can fill that need. For Manager Monday, we have Wendy Christensen. Teacher Tuesday, Krista Mosher. Tech Intel is Ryan Lett. And Workforce Wednesday is Wayne Crandall. And that information will be in the chat for you. We'd love to hear from you if you'd like to present or have a program team member who has resources or knowledge to share. So thank you. Any questions on this section?
Nothing in the chat so far.
Nothing in the chat so far. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to test announcements. And I believe that this is just going to reiterate what we shared last month about test training of trainers. So we have various test training of trainers occurring in the spring, and there might be let's see. So these events are held once in the fall and once in the spring. But what I do want to mention is, I think I have it here somewhere. There it is. So a reminder that a test training of trainers event will only be held if there are 5 or more participants enrolled. So just keep that in mind right now. Our notices are going out, and I'll talk about the process in a minute. But if you need staff trained, it's best to send someone when the training is offered. So this fall would be really good. So make note also of the registration deadline. So when the notifications come out, that is when you should fill out a nomination form. And I'll talk about the process in a minute, and you'll kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. So directors nominate the test taker. And so make note of a registration deadline. So there has been a change to the nomination process. Oopsie. So right here, there's now an option for TCAL to reimburse the individual attending the test training for travel. So directors will nominate the test trainer. Directors can nominate several candidates on one nomination commitment form. The nomination link will be sent in the event announcement email when we send out the listserv announcement. So once that individual is nominated by the director, the nominee will receive a link to complete a nominee commitment form. So again, the program can either pay for travel if that is feasible, or TCAL can reimburse. And the nomination form that the director completes and the nominee form will have all that information on there. So reimbursement details are available on the form. And last thing is we have these trainings, test training fall schedule. The next one coming up is October 23rd and 24th. So if you are interested in TAPE Class E, now is the time to complete that nomination form, directors. So if you have anyone in your program that the director needs to nominate, please do that before next Friday, which is October 17th. Then we have in November CASA's coming up, and that announcement will be coming out soon. And December 11th and 12th, we have Best Literacy 2.0. So if you plan on sending an individual to be a trainer, please keep these dates in mind. So again, program directors will nominate trainers via the electric form, and the location information will be provided once the nominee completes the commitment form, and we have the 5 or more individuals for that session. All right. And
So
then we
Olga,
yes, ma'am.
we have a question in the chat. Well, just a request. Can you go back to the slide where you talk about 5 being registered?
Right here.
Yeah. So Kelsey, I'm not sure if you had a question or you were just making sure that you understood the requirement. She's just jotting down information. She's good now. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And then a registration deadline, October of 26.
For
She's saying, is that, you mean
for
25?
tape class E. For tape class E,
Are you talking about tape class E?
I said
Teresa?
October 17th.
Oh, she says, okay, so I think she's got it now. Okay, we have one more question. Oh, she was asking about CASAS, but I think she's got it.
Okay, that hasn't come out yet. So one of the things, thank you for mentioning that. So your director will nominate when the announcement comes out. So right now we are taking nominations for tape class E. So as soon as the director receives the nomination for CASAS, then the director can nominate individuals for CASAS. But right now we're taking nominations for the tape class E.
All right, and then PJ is asking if there is a cap on how many staff can be assigned to attend a TOT per grantee.
Okay, well, the staff is not assigned anymore. The director nominates.
Well,
So
director nomination, is there a cap?
for large consortium, I believe it's 4. And for smaller, it is 2. Smaller programs, it's 2. But that is also dependent upon how many people are nominated. So we have a cap, but if we're not getting any nominations and a program needs to nominate more than 4, please contact me and we'll have a conversation. Because if that's what's necessary, then we might be able to do that.
Okay, I think that's all the questions
Okay,
I'm seeing right now.
okay, thank you. But do contact me and we'll have a conversation, PJ. All right, so TWC or the Texas Workforce Commission has approved test training. So it's really important that programs visit this webpage. And there is a link in the chat, I believe that will be, but how to access this chart. So what's going to happen is this testing chart is going to tell you what are the approved tests for Texas, or the approved test training for Texas. Because there was some confusion at one point with, I'll just give you an example. There was confusion at one point with the Best Plus 3.0 in their test administrator guide. It says that all you need to do is take the training, have the guide and take the Cal training online or one of the trainings, and that's all you need to do to be certified. Well, in Texas, we have our TWC, or Texas Workforce Commission, approved test training. So you may want to look at this chart, because if you took a training from a vendor, that may not be the approved test training. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me or Paula Bauer, and we'll put that information in the chat shortly. But be sure to look at the web page, and that's going to provide you more information, and also the testing guide. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. So any questions, again, contact either myself or Paula Bauer. All right, any questions?
PJ's asking, has the correspondence to nominate staff for tape class E TOT already been sent out?
Yes, that's sent out to directors, because directors have to complete that form.
So check with Janine.
Would it be Janine or Rachel?
Oh, PJ, sorry. I was thinking you're with Taryn. No, you're with Dallas. Sorry.
That'd be Rachel.
Rachel. Yeah.
Yeah, remember, director, it's the process has changed. So PD coordinators, you do not nominate. It would be the director that completes that form. Okay. Good question. Thank you for asking, PJ. All right. We're going to go ahead. If you have any questions, again, either place them in the chat or hold on to them for PD coordinator time, and we can definitely answer more questions at that time. Let's move on to PD portal announcements.
All right. Hi, it's Beth Ponder here. I'm going to get us started, but the whole PD Portal team is here to answer questions. But the new PD Portal is live, mostly. We transitioned to Canvas on 10/1. We are still working on some things behind the scenes, including reports and certificates. We do ask if you have issues or questions that you please send them to pdportal@tamu.edu so we can keep track of any issues that you all are having and what do we need to do some more help information on. We're working on getting more on-demand content up. The PD Portal team has been working feverishly trying to get content up and ready for you. There is no calendar yet, but the listings can be sorted by date, and I'm going to jump over to the portal here in just a minute and show you how to do that. So it's not the same kind of calendar that you were used to in the old PD portal. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you a few things before I pass you on to somebody else. Okay, give me just a minute. All right, can you, someone confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes.
All right, great. So this is what the PD Portal listings page will look like, and it's www.textpdportal.com. And you can see you can browse listings. And so we have these cards here with all of the webinars coming up, Teacher Tuesday, Career Pathways, Manager Monday. And so you've got this list. What you can do is you can filter that list. So if you click on filter, and you can sort by start date and apply, and that will change your listing so that it's showing in order by when it starts. So that's one way to approach getting through those listings and finding what you're looking for. You can also search, I believe Glenda showed you all this, by the PD category. So if you wanted to search by PAL or Lit, you can also do that using those filters. So one other thing I wanted to show you, when you're logged in, up in the right hand corner, you'll see your name, and you can go to Student Dashboard. And if you go to your student dashboard, it will show you the courses you have in progress, the courses you've completed, and the courses you signed up for but haven't yet completed. Now, if you get lost going through the listings or to your dashboard, just click up here on this Texas AEL PD portal. It's in the top left-hand corner. Boom, take you right back to your listings page. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my student dashboard because I want to show you one other thing. So in order to attach all of your staff to your program, everybody got a little welcome course. And I want to show you the welcome course. So I've got one here that I'm going to go to the course. And this is what the course looks like over in Canvas. So everybody got attached to a welcome course that looks like this. This one says Abilene, but it was actually just a test one. So what you should be able to, as the PD coordinator, see the people in your program that are attached to this course. So if you go to your course, which should be on your student dashboard, over here on the left-hand side, you won't have all of these. I'm an admin, so I've got some stuff that you can't see, but you should be able to see people. So if you click on people, and I'm using this one as an example because it's my people, so I'm not sharing any PII out. If you go to your welcome course and click on people and you see a list of your staff and it says pending next to their name, that means they haven't accepted the invitation. And we need them to accept the invitation. So it'll come in an email, and I think we showed you an example email before, what it will look like. So Katie is going to resend the invitation to everybody who is pending today. So if you can encourage your staff, and you should be able to go and see your people, encourage them to, what they're going to have to do is click in the email and then reset their password. So I just wanted to show you all that so you know how you can see your people. And if you could assist us in getting them to accept that, then that will help us clean everything up. All right, so Katie, Glenda, any of the PD Portal team, is there anything else I need to show while I'm here?
Do we need to show them that little glitch for launching the Zoom if they're a coordinator?
Yes, let me see. I think, let me see how I get to that. Well, it's being cranky.
So while she's navigating there, just tell you what the situation is. The Zoom is set up as a teacher, and since you're an admin, when you go into a course, it won't show you the actual launch Zoom link. So we're going to show you a way to work around that.
So I showed you all this, the PD coordinator's home. This is your course. This is the course for PD coordinators. In this course, we have a discussion board. This is where you're going to go see the recording for this particular webinar every month. This is where some of your documents live, including the rules and guidance and staff qualifications. And this very first link here is PD coordinators webinar. And Yoli and I had actually talked about, we may move that down here and make it bigger so it's easier for you to see. But if you click on PD Coordinators Webinar and then click Next to Launch, boom, there's a big old link right there in the middle of the page that says Launch October Zoom Webinar. So that's the way you're going to navigate to this monthly webinar every month. And again, remember when I was on my student dashboard, the PD coordinator's home should be on your student dashboard so you can navigate to this webinar. Okay.
So what happens if it's a course they're taking and not part of the PD coordinators webinar?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
So this works for the PD coordinator meeting, but if you guys try to take a webinar or a course, you're not going to see a link like this. Here, I can share my screen because I was looking at one I just got invited to.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing so Miss Glenda can take over. There you go.
Because it works the same way for us. We're not picking on y'all. The same thing happens to us as admins. Can you turn the sharing on for me or make me a co-host?
Wendy?
Got it.
Okay.
She should be co-host now.
Thank you. All right, so here's that Workforce Wednesday that I'm gonna jump in. And when I go to launch the webinar, it's going to give me an error page that looks like this. That's what you guys will see as admins. All of us are in the same boat. If you are trying to get into a webinar. Now the PD coordinator webinar, because it doesn't have PD associated with it, we just put the link in there. But for the actual ones that we need to register and have credit for and all that, we're going to show you a workaround. Go back to the previous stage page here before you launch it. Go to view as student. And then go to next. And it'll, when this is locked currently, but then this is where you're going to see the launch. That'll get you into the webinar and then just leave the student view and you can continue. That's our best workaround right now. So should I do that one more time? Are you guys good?
Yeah, can you slow down and show them where that student view is again?
Yeah, we can do that again. So if I go to my course, this is the Workforce Wednesday, context counts. I go next. And it says, click next to start webinar. On this page up here on the top right, you need to click view as student, or it will give you an error on the next page because you do not own the Zoom room that the course is being given through. So on this page, go to view as student before you click next. and then you'll be able to see the Zoom link to launch it. And then at the bottom, on the pink bar at the bottom, when you're done, you can just leave student view. Go next to complete the course evaluation. If you don't complete it during the webinar.
And part of the reason for this, just so you all know, is as PD coordinators, you have been assigned, kind of like the manager approver was in the old PD portal, you've been assigned as sub-account admin. So it's because you're assigned as an admin that this is an issue. And then Glenda Michelle asked, will we be able to still assign trainings to our staff? Do you want to
That's a great
address
question.
that?
Okay, so since you're going to be admins, or you are admins, if you're in a course, and you go to your people, you can add your people here. What we do want you to do is use the login, not the email address. Please, 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 please. We'll send this out in written instructions also, both of those instructions. Use your login, look up somebody. I don't know. I'm going to use Beth because I know her, her email really fast. And I can make her a student, and you can separate them by commas or line breaks and add all the people that you want. If you add somebody that doesn't have an account, my roommate, I'm using her again. It's going to say we aren't able to find a match. Please don't do anything with this other than tell the person they need to set up their PD portal account. It's not set up. You should not add them. One more time. If you're adding somebody to a course, you want to add your people, you go to people on the left. Please don't just add everybody, add people who are actually going to show up. Click plus people. Use the login option and type in their emails. You can use, like if I put in my alter ego here, which I've set up as a student, it's going to let me add it. Add users.
Yeah, you have to click that blue button that says add users.
But if you add somebody who does not have a PD portal account just yet, it's going to give you a warning. Please don't add anybody through that method. It messes things up because we have to assign them to the right subcategory, sub-accounts, all that kind of thing. They need to go to our TCAL PD portal account and request an account if they don't have one. So that didn't change. We just changed the form, but it's still at the PD portal page on TCAL to request a PD portal account. I have any questions on that? Because I know that's a bit much.
There is a question in chat. It says, what if we don't have the add people on our account?
If you're not seeing the admin side here, then we need to know. If you're the PD coordinator assigned, you should be able to see the people for a course.
So they just email PD portal?
Yeah.
Okay. And then just confirming we will be sending out written directions for these things.
Yes, I think Katie has done a fantastic job. She's created some guides, and so we'll adapt some of those guides to send out to you. We're still building the train as it's rolling along the tracks. Yeah, and there's an evaluation page inside of the course, but Jessica wants me to remind you that the evaluations during webinars, actually, we throw that into the chat at the end of the webinar. And then Kelsey?
Let me know if my voice is too scratchy. I'm a little under the weather.
Oh,
And
man.
you may have just answered it because you said you're still building things out. So I don't want to jump ahead. So when I saw my people, and though I thought there would be more, I only see Restore Education, and they are the grant recipient or lead org. And we have 5 other programs. Should I just email PD Portal to see if I can get those other programs added under my account? Or
Yeah, it'll depend on how it's set up. Like if they each have their own PD coordinator, they may be subs of subs, and we may have to figure that out. So
Okay.
yeah, send that to PD Portal. Katie will work on that for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, there are no there are no certificates except for on-demand courses right now. That's why they have not seen them, but they can go to their dashboard and see what they've completed and not completed. You can also go to your courses and be able to look if you've completed it or not. But on the dashboard side, as Beth showed you earlier, it has the in progress, completed, not completed. I have completed nothing, y'all, so you're ahead of me. Just so you know, if it's an on-demand course, the certificates will be available. If it is a webinar or an in-person course, we haven't figured out how to get those certificates for you. I don't know what VODs is, Robert. And then it looks
Video
like,
on demand, I'm guessing.
okay, are the ones from that we're bringing over, we're still working on those. Of course, there was almost 300 courses in the old PD portal. Some of those aren't coming over. And then all of the webinars came to a full stop for post-production in July. So we're still catching up on those. So as soon as we get those up, we will let you guys know. And then Tamika, sorry. And we're still working on reports for you guys to pull too, so you can see who's completed what. That is the top priority for us right now. We want to have that done as soon as possible. It's a lot of moving pieces on the back end of this thing. It's some sort of mind game, like a rat maze or something, but we're getting there. And they've just, the PD Pool team has done an amazing job. Considering where we were 6 months ago, it's just amazing how far that's come. And of course, you know, whenever there's a change, we're also used to the old portal, that it's just taking us a little while to get used to this new system. Are there any questions, any other questions about that we can try to answer today? Will webinars be in the same format or be a different? Now, are we talking about the recorded webinars or are we talking about the live webinars? Live webinars will basically be the same. Recorded webinars. So recorded webinars, we are working on hiring an instructional designer, and that person will make the decision. If it's mainly informational and the webinar can go up with minimal editing, we'll go ahead and get that up as soon as possible after accessibility. If it is me or Ashley Winkle, who have a lot of interactivity, that probably is going to have to be designed and not posted as a webinar so that the people who are watching it afterward are getting a similar experience. And if we can, if it's more or less something that we can chop into pieces and have that interactivity just in there with the course, then the instructional designer will be able to do that also.
So Robert's just saying that, thank you. Most of the instructors that he has teach from 12 to 2:30, so they like to assign the teacher Tuesdays as video on demands as they get added.
Yeah, and I'm hoping some of these tech ones that we're doing for Techtober will be able to get up too. So we are working on them as fast as we can, but it is a small team, and there's just to get one video up is basically a 2 to 3 day process. So it's just taking us a while to get things done. I've got two courses sitting on my whiteboards here on either side of my monitor, reminding me that I haven't finished them yet. So I need to get mine done too. Anything else, y'all? Did you say a reminder email will be going out to remind everyone to set up their accounts? Yes. Anybody who has not accepted the initial invitation, they're going to get a second invitation, and we would appreciate you reminding people to check their emails and get those accepted and get their passwords set up. Because I know, like, my staff when I was at Community Action, part-time staff, they don't always check their emails. So if you could just remind them that they need to do that as soon as possible. Trying to understand the assigning again. Would I go under courses and assign them? Yes, whatever course it is that you want to assign them to. Yes. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try something. I'm going to stop sharing though, because I don't want to confuse you if I do this just with that question. This is a very good question. Okay, 6 minutes running. I know I'm gonna adjust, but this is important. People have to get off. It's fine. I just want to see if all right. So I'm just going to share this. I haven't tested this out, but I'm using you as a test case, Tamika. And I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. You'll have to tell me. Okay, so I'm logged in as you. And so if I go to admin over here on the dashboard, I've got Tarrant County College. Right? So if you have a course that's specific to you, you're gonna be able to get to it here. But it does not look like you have all access to all courses. So that may be something we need to look at to make sure that you're able to get those people in there. But let me go to the dashboard. You can withdraw from this later. Wow. Okay, let's go back over here. So that's what that click that Beth told you earlier. If it doesn't give you what you want, go back to the main screen. Let's go back to, well, I'll just do one of these. I'm signing you up for Quill. You don't have to go. But I want to go into, I want to see what happens real quick. Yeah, that's something we need to work on because apparently, because Quill, you don't have access to the courses, you're not going to be able to assign anybody. So we still need to work on that. So we'll put that on our to-do list to make sure you're able to assign people. If something comes up before we get that fixed, if you want to send us a spreadsheet and tell us what course, we can do it on the back end on our side. Yeah. Correspondence to nominate Olga goes through the director's listserv. Yes. Okay. All right. I can be quiet now, Dr. Escamilla, if you want to take it back.
I think you're still up, but let me share because it's still more PD portal stuff. So
I think it's to G now.
is it G? Okay.
Hello,
G.
everyone. This is G, LMS coordinator with TCall. I want to introduce you all to TXPD Portal app, Canvas. You all can download a Canvas student app. If you are using an Android mobile, you should use Play Store. Or if you are using iOS like iPhone, you should use App Store and find this app called Canvas Student App. As soon as you download the app, open the app and tap on Find My School. Then you need to enter this URL in the blank text txpdportal.instructure.com. I put that in the comments as well. You need to put that and click next. Then then in the next stage, log in using your registered email address and the password. If you forgot your password, use the forgot password option or contact us at pdportal@tmu.edu. Once you're logged in, you will see the dashboard. And if you ever register to any of the courses, and you may get the notifications as well, and it's very user-friendly to use it on the mobile app as well. Moving to the next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, thank you. I have here are a few reminders that helps you and your team to navigate the PD portal smoothly. If you need an account, and you can request an account directly from our site. And if you have any questions, you can email us at pdportal@tmu.edu. And if you are new and you need help in logging in, visit our PD Portal help section of our website for step-by-step instructions. I'm also sharing that URL with you in the comments. Moving to the next slide. Thank you. Need after-hour help? If you and your staff need support outside of our regular hours, help is available. Distance education call center is open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, G. Any questions? I know we've had a lot of questions, but any more? Because we surely don't want you to leave this meeting without having all your questions answered.
This is
But-
Jan Bartlett in Lubbock.
Yes,
If
Jan.
we download that student app as an administrator, is it going to look at our login credentials to know that we're still an administrator, or is it just going to treat us as a student where we can't see all of the things we should see?
Great question.
Yeah, using the app as a user, it helps you to navigate around the courses, but it still has some abilities. Being as an admin, you still have an abilities to access, but for the full complete access, we recommend you to use the Texas PD Portal website.
Thank you.
All right, it's PD coordinator time. I know we are 1 minute over. Let's see, Tamika has a question. If we need to
Yeah.
update instructor email, who do we email?
Just send it to that PD Portal email. All right, if you want to go ahead to the next slide, I'm going to be Krista today. It's Beth again. Because Krista is also a little under the weather and she can't talk. So I'm helping out today. So just a reminder that the PD plan is coming up. It's due October 31st. As with all of our deliverables, you need to submit it to AEL contracts at twc.texas.gov. And we've got the naming convention here on the slide, so you know exactly what it's supposed to look like when you submit. And again, you've had your PD recommendations from your PD specialist for a while now, but they are here to help. So if you're having any issues or you just want to bounce some ideas off someone, please reach out to your PD specialist. Next slide. All right, and I think we kind of went over with you how you get to this particular webinar. Any issues, just reached out to us. Here are the dates for the next PD coordinator webinars. We may switch up that March date. Not sure yet, but we'll kind of take a look at people's spring break schedules. So that one might change, but otherwise that's what it looks like, okay? And then next slide. And again, as mentioned, the distance education call center is available to you. There's the web address as well as the telephone number. We have call center agents and staff that are here to help. If you need any training on using the call center or anything distance education related, just let your PD specialist know and we'll work with the Distance Education Professional Development Center to get training to you. And I think that was it for me. Olga, any last minute questions, everybody?
Just
Thank you,
one
Beth.
question. This is Jan Bartlett again in Lubbock. Will there be reports available where we can pull and see what our staff has completed in the new PD portal? I know I may be rushing you a bit. I just was curious because I use those a lot.
Yes, absolutely, Jan. And that is something that we are working on. We know how important it is for you all to be able to pull that data. And so just hold on. We are working on it. We promise. We know what you all need, and we are going to make sure that you get it.
Thanks a bunch.
Okay, any other questions? As we say, thank you for joining us today, and our next meeting is November 13th. So we'll see you then. But again, if you have any questions, please do ask us at this time. We don't want you to leave without having all of your questions answered. But thank you for joining.